over the last 3 years, residents living around Kenya's water bodies have borne the brunt of climate change due to the overflow of water.
That's right. Now, in a report by the United Nations Environment Programme, an estimated 37,000 families around Lake Victoria have been displaced by the lake's rising waters, with thousands of others around Lakes Baringo and Turkana also being displaced by flooding brought about by the lake's backflow.
Laura Otieno now takes stock of life beyond the waters in the scramble between man, nature and beast.
As the sun rises, casting its golden rays over Lake Victoria, the women of Sango in Kisumu are already chest deep under the chilling water, fishing for their livelihood. Mothers and daughters work side by side as younger boys move the carpet of water hyacinth. 51-year-old Grace Opio is here with her elderly husband. They began this fishing expedition at the crack of dawn, and 3 hours later, they barely have enough to sustain today's meal. This family was pushed to fishing after their 2-acre piece of land was submerged by waters from Lake Victoria, which has been gradually rising over the last 2 years.
Sikukuwa na mawaidha ya kufanya. Sikukuwa hata na capital ya kuanza biashara. Kwa hivyo nilikuwa na watoto na mzee. Na mzee pia hakukuwa na kazi ya kufanya. Sasa tuliona tuanze hii kazi tupate kitu kidogo vile tunaweza kujisaidia nayo kwa nyumba.
As men venture to deeper waters, women, children and elderly men seek out immature catfish known as nyapus in the Luo. The catfish, which breed beneath the carpet of hyacinth found near the shore, are sold as bait, with 1 piece of fish fetching 1 shilling. A laborious exercise that could take up to 4 hours and fetch a maximum of 150 shillings on a good day. Each passing minute, the women caught with death as hippos, crocodiles and worms linger beneath the water.
Ni lazima uvalie zile chupi za ndani hata 4 na uvae na baika na long ama skirt. Na magonjwa tunapata kama typhoid, malaria, amoeba. Kuna ugonjwa ingine sasa sijui inaitwaje. Unaona mtu tumbo imefura, ukimwona unafikiria ako na mimba na kumbe sio mimba, ni sababu ya hii maji.
Dudu zinazituma tu kwa hii maji sana. Kuwashawasa mili yetu inatuwasa sana, tunajikuna. Baridi iko kwa hii maji. Kiboko iko kwa hii maji. Hiyo kiboko inatuumiza sana kwa hii maji. Hata kuna msijana mwingine hapa iliuma mguu hapa na pesa ya kupata matibabu hakuna.
In satellite data released in 2021, Lake Victoria water levels had peaked 1,137 meters above sea level, being the highest recorded level in available data dating back to 1992. In Kenya, the United Nations estimates that 37,140 families have been displaced owing to the rising water levels in Lake Victoria, which covers a landmass of 3,785 square kilometers across the counties of Kisumu, Homa Bay, Busia, Siaya, and Migori.
As we move from the Kindu Bay Katito Road to our east, the lake is coming out. It has reclaimed about 300 meters. Then to the north also, the same lake is reclaiming the land, which has reclaimed so many hectares. Then to the west, we have the river, Sondomiriu, which is also affecting the location. So this location is engulfed by the water bodies, the river and the lake. So if nothing is done, more so constructing the gabions along the lake, which is supposed to cover about 15 kilometers, then I'm just foreseeing we might lose the location.
Thousands of kilometers away in the Rift Valley, Dilapidated structures marooned deep within the water show the extent of the dramatic expansion of Lake Baringo. Scientists say water levels at this lake have risen by 12 meters. While human activities such as unsustainable farming practices, which leads to siltation having been attributed for the increasing levels, tectonic activity has also been fingered as a possible cause.
Remember, Lake Bogoria, Baringo, and 94 are in the lowest end of Rift Valley. So being in the bed of Rift Valley, it is prone to what do we call fault line. It is a fault line. So water aquifer might have cracked due to saturation of water aquifers, and some crevices has broke. So the water is percolating from the aquifers to the lake.
The rising tides come with a threat of conflict. This herd of hippos lies in wait of sunset before they venture out to graze. With riparian land now underwater, they invade farms, pitting them against communities which are also trying to survive after being displaced by the floods.
Wengine walikuwa wanafikia labda ilienda waanze kujenga upya, lakini kwa sasa wamevunjika moyo, maana hawezi kujenga tena. Ni kwamba hata ikienda bado inarudi. Kama ikiendelea hivi, inaweza meza hata hizo majengo zetu tena tutoke. Sasa hatujui tutaelekea wapi sasa.
It is not only human life and livelihoods that have been gobbled up by the water, but the biodiversity here is also under threat, as the Lake Bogoria, famous for its hot springs, is also gradually expanding.
Lake Bogoria is a bit higher than Baringo, in the sea, the sea level. Lake Bogoria is a salt lake with a pH of 9.8 to 10.6. While Lake Baringo is a freshwater lake where we have fish, we have hippos, we have all aquatic life doing very well. So if the two lakes will meet, then it will be an ecological disaster.
To combat the effects of climate change, the government unleashed an ambitious plan to increase Kenya's forest cover to 30% by 2032. Experts now advising on the need for mapping and sensitization to ensure that appropriate trees are planted according to the needs of each area.
When you see the ridge, you see the bamboo and all those kind of trees within the wetlands. They are supposed to help us in purifying water so that by the time it enters the lake, that water has been purified. It doesn't go in with siltation, because siltation is another cause of the lake rising.
We need to embark on catchment protection. We need to do a sensitization on land use. We need to do sensitization on how the water aquifers, how to, for example, this issue of doing bowls. Baringo is also gazetted. It's a designated area of geothermal. So it's a geothermal block. Most parts of Lake Bogoria, Baringo belt, and these are the Kerio Valley belt. So it was recommended that we don't have to disturb the soils.
Until then, however, the women at Sango Beach are looking for the silver lining. With every rainy season, the lake takes a chunk of the land, squeezing them further inland, threatening not only their lives, but a total disappearance of a place they have called home for decades. Laura Otieno, Citizen TV.